Hi, Julia Watts here, welcome to the YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be looking at one of the new stamps from Andy Skinner's Botology collection, and I'm playing with the Wash Your Worries Away stamp set, which I've already got on my stamping platform, and you will find everything I'm using over on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk. And I've already got my stamp, as I said, on my stamping platform, and I've taken away the foam sheet. So I've just got this paper here saves my platform getting dirty, and you will find these as well. These are from Crafts too, and it's red rubber, which is lovely. And I've got them positioned. I've used the lines to make sure my sentiment is nice and straight, and we're going to stamp. So Versafine Clair, Nocturne, lots of tapping. I am using the super smooth watercolour card from Sentimentally Yours, which is the only watercolour card I use. This is a hot press watercolour card, so it's super smooth, really nice to stamp on. We're going to give it a, don't press so hard on the sentiment, because you don't want your sentiment to be squidgy out, and give a good chance for that ink to settle into your card. And I am using a piece bigger than I need. I don't normally, but it just makes life easier, and of course I can trim off the excess and use that to do swatches and sentiments and things like that. We are going to go again just on the image, just so we can get that bathtub a little bit more detailed. I think the sentiment's absolutely fine as it is. We will leave it on there though. Give that a good old press. Give that ink a chance to settle in. There we go. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Fetch that out of there now. Put that to one side. And I'm going to colour in using some of Andy's Ink-ology inks. So we're going to first of all start with the robot himself, and I've got some in a palette here. I'm not sure whether it's worth it because you don't use very much anyway, but I'm going to do it because I'm going to be as frugal as possible. I've got some of the cold steel just in this one here. With these palettes you can write on the outside in a permanent marker what it is that you're using, and so you can know what is in that well. Just going to water it down a wee bit, and I need some kitchen roll, which I've never prepared with, of course not. I think, what do I need, and then I always forget something. Get rid of some of the excess, and we're just going to go on and we're going to colour in the bot with cold steel. This is a really super simple kind of card front we're going to create, just to get used to using the inks. Dip. There's too much on there now. And I'm going to do that bit there. He's obviously lying in the bath having a lovely time. Doesn't realise he's going to get all rusty. I'm going to leave the eyes white. Well, it's off white, just as they are. Doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously I'm doing it a little bit quicker than I would do normally. You want to watch that outside line really. We are going to come in and make him rusty as well. That's the bot. He hasn't got his arm out or anything like that. So he's done. Oh, I've missed his antennae. Let's do his antennae. Oh, I've just realised that that isn't a complete bubble. I wonder if I can stamp that in. I've obviously missed inking that up. It's a bit dangerous, isn't it? But should we see if we can? I can always start again. Not noticed that that bubble was only half there. Put it in again. Let's hope we get away with it. Just for the sake of a bubble. Does not want to stamp. There it is. Yay! Got my whole bubble now, see? Didn't like having half a bubble. That's the beauty of a stamping platform. And also not taking the stamp out until you've actually really finished with it. Okay, so now we're going to go for some Skinner's Gold, which is in that one there, so I need a little bit more of that one. You don't need much. Water it down a little bit. And then we're going to go and add some around where it might be rusty, and it will, because everything underneath is still wet, it will move, and also you're not being particularly precise at this point. Can you see? It's a great colour. I think definitely Andy was right when he said that everybody needs this one. You're going to, no matter what colour robot you're going to do, you're going to want a Skinner's Gold. Let's have a little bit more. Let's have it so it's definitely coming down here. Because his seams are definitely going to be rusty. Bless him. So I'm just kind of dabbing the ink where I think it might be rusty, and Andy's put all the dark lines on there for you to take some of the guesswork out, and it'll continue to settle as it dries into the card. So don't panic straight away. I think I did go all the way around because I've got one that I finished already. So let's have a practice. I'm going a little bit heavy-handed, like that. If you watch Gwen on Hobby Maker, she did quite a few techniques with the inks. And Andy's got some videos as well on his Facebook page. On his, I think he's got a YouTube channel. I'll have to check that out myself as well. Need a little bit of underneath here. It's probably a bit over the top. So this is where we're at so far. Okay. Like I say, I'm going to leave the eyes nice and white. Let's decide what to do, the colour to do the bathtub in. I think I might do a greeny colour one actually. I was going to do blue, but I think I might go for let's try this olive grove and see what this looks like. Really water that down quite a lot actually. It's quite a strong green. A bit more. That's better. I don't know. Yeah, it's like an avocado, isn't it? That used to be a trendy colour years ago for a bathtub, didn't it? When I first started work in 1980, I shared a rental house with a couple of guys, and they had an avocado bath suite, and it was a mess, such a mess. I remember cleaning it so I could have a bath, and I'd just finished cleaning it, and when one of the lads beat me to it and got in there, I was very annoyed, as you can imagine. We're just doing a whole wash here over the bath. I'm trying to go round the bubbles here. I don't know if they're bubbles or studs that are on the side of the bath, because it's kind of a mechanical bath, I think, because he's a bot, so he would have a mechanical style bath rather than one of those beautiful porcelain baths. And it's got kind of, looks like it's got wrought iron feet, but we're doing everything in the olive grove. Probably didn't want to do that bit there in green, but we'll cover it up in a minute. Okay. Right, so that's the base of the bath. Then we've got to do around the rim. And we've got bubbles in here as well, so they're going to be a different colour. So we're just doing the rim first. You have to be careful that if the ink is still wet on areas where you've just coloured in, that you don't go right the way up to it, because they might just blend and seep in together. Obviously we want to get this finished. Okay, so water levels, you've got loads of bubbles in there, loads of bubbles. Okay. I think that's looking good. So this is where we're at so far. He looks cool just like that, doesn't he? Absolutely cool. Love these stamps. So while it's still wet, we're going to go with a bit more Skinner's Gold. We're going to rust the bathtub as well. I've a bit of green in it now. Okay. So this is all going to be And see, Andy's got all of the shade in here for you, and that's probably where the rust is going to be. We've got, you can have it coming down here. So you can take your time a little bit more. You definitely want some rust on these bits here. A bit too much there. Dab some of that off. I want a dabby line across there. You can really go to town with this and do lots of areas of rust. It's such a good colour, this Skinner's Gold. Let's see, do I need any more? This is where we're at so far. It's looking good, isn't it? Now, I'm not on the Creative Expressions design team, so I buy all of these supplies. So, you know, I'm not paid to say how good they are, but they are very good. Very, very good. Very impressed. I looked at them and thought, do I need any more inks? I thought, no, I don't really. And then I just pulled a few out to make a background, and then it was like, oh, I do need them all. There are a few I haven't used yet, but I've got them all. Okay, I think that's good. Happy with that. We actually will need a little bit more, just a little bit on the like feet of the bath. Let's put a little bit down here as well, because he's bound to have rusty feet. Okay, I think that's good. Happy with that. I actually like this one more than the one I've done before, which I'll show you in a bit. Right, so for the bubbles, or for the water, we're going to go for Mediterranean blue, which is a nice deep blue. But I have watered it down quite a lot. In fact, I want to add a little bit more water to it. So you can see that here. See, it's quite pale now. We're just going to paint the bubbles in. Thinking to myself, what colour should I do the bubbles? I haven't been good, and I haven't done myself a swatch yet, and I ought to do a swatch so I know what all the colours look like. Of course, the depth of the colour depends on how much water you put mixed with it, because they are highly pigmented. They're very yummy, these inks. While I've not got much on my brush, I'm going to do this drip. I do have a little bit coming outside the lines because that's me. But I don't think it matters with this sort of project, because it's a little bit grungy anyway. If anybody's looking up really close, well, you know, what can you say? I went outside the lines for definite there. Yeah, that's a bit dark. Don't want that darker than the others. Okay. There's the bubble there that we went in and made sure we got right. And then we've got some bubbles on the bath. I'm going to say they're bubbles. That was a bit green. wonder if we can dab that one out a bit. Yeah, we can. Cool beans. Another one there. That's a good space. And another bit there. It's a bit green. Let's stop that one off. I think we've got all of that. Now we want it really, I want it really light now, so I'm going to put a little bit of this on here, and I'm going to put, actually, I want to put a little bit from clean water from my mister. Because otherwise it's going to be green. Looks a bit red, actually. Yeah, that one's a bit red. Oh well. Okay. And now we can do the water bits. So merge that in a bit so that that's not so green. And the bathtub's not floating. I am going to cut this out with a die, so you don't need to worry about the edges too much. Okay. I think that's him. I think he's good. I'll show you what it looks like. Doesn't he look fab? Really easy to do. Let's go a close up so you can see. Might not be perfect, might not be what everybody else does with it, but I think he looks fab. I've done another one here, and this one here I've done with the turquoise and cut him out. I'll show you how I did the background actually. We're just getting ink. So I was going to go and get a green ink pad, and I thought, what am I doing getting a green ink pad when we're talking about bubbles? I'm actually going to stay with Speckled Egg, which is the one that I used before. And ideally this would be dry. And this stencil is called Water Stains, and it's from Fairy Hugs. I think I have one, maybe two left in stock. They are discounted, I think by 30% at the moment, because I'm clearing out my Fairy Hugs stock. But this works really well with this stencil. So we're going to pop it. I can see obviously where it's going to go. I'm going to pop it there, I think. I'm just going to secure it with a little bit of low tack tape, because obviously I've done my colouring in and I don't want to mess up. Now I've chosen to do this second rather than first, so that none of the ink colours get affected by the distress ink that there might be. And I can see here exactly where I want to put my water stains, because I can see my coloured in areas. And it is, I have used distress ink rather than distress oxide, because all of my brushes have got distress ink on them, not distress oxide. And I prefer to use brushes in stencils than applicator tools, because the stencils actually snag on the applicator tool sponges, and then they end up being wrecked anyway. So I find that sponges are better, and for me that's a personal choice. And you can buy the sponges very cheaply off Amazon with the colour codes. Tracy Evans does some rather nice sponges as well. They're all black handled sponges. I think that's it. There we go. So there's my stenciled area there. And obviously, like I say, cut it out. And this is now 5 inches square. So that's going to easily go on a 6x6 card. In fact, one of them I will probably put in a 6x6 frame, because I think it'd be nice to have an artwork on the wall. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, you can get the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. And if anything's out of stock, just click on the email when available button. And do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. There will be more videos using the Botology collection from Andy Skinner and his inks. And there are already lots and lots of videos with the children's stamps that Andy did on his previous release. And thank you for watching.